Good evening, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to the Central YouTube channel. As I got another student athlete interview for us, we go back to the boys soccer team as they're right in the middle of their MVC end of the year tournament before they get ready for the playoffs here. And I'm with Cooper Van Zee, a senior for the boys soccer team. Had a chance to see Cooper and the guys out at Sparta, so it was awesome to be able to catch one of their games. But I got a lot to talk to you about, Cooper. I want to hear about this MVC tournament and the ASL event. I got a lot of stuff to talk about. So before we begin, Cooper, thank you for joining us tonight on the YouTube channel.
Yes, thank you for having me.
So that boys soccer team is hot right now. Winners of 4 of their last 5. You're in the MVC tournament right now. You did finish in the top third. What is it? The top 4 teams that
Top 4.
Top 4. So they finished in the top 4, 9-4-1 on the year, as I mentioned. Tell us a little bit about the MVC tournament. How's that been going?
It's been going good. We started off pretty hot against Holman. Came in there, got a comeback win, scored 2 goals in the last 9 minutes against a team that we, in past, have struggled with in the last matchup we had against them. So that was a really good team-defining moment and a season-defining moment that we can look back on and be proud of.
Absolutely. And I was going to talk to you about that Holman game because, yeah, you did lose to them 1-9, and that was not that long ago, a couple weeks ago. That's a butt whooping in soccer. So to be able to come back and get that victory, did it feel good to avenge that earlier season loss?
It did definitely. And like we have a lot of past with this team. You know, we played them 3 times last year in our undefeated season, and we beat them once, tied them another, and then they ended up beating us in the first round of playoffs. So it felt good to beat that team because, you know, you don't like to lose to teams like that.
Absolutely. Yeah, especially coming off a loss like that, too. I was very excited. We were broadcasting volleyball at night when I got the final. I was very excited to hear that final for you guys. And you played Toma last Thursday. And how did that go?
Yeah, that was a tougher game for us, you know, but we realized some things that weren't working, and now we get to like work out the kinks and figure it out and move people around, move some pieces. We have a lot of dynamic players on this team, so you know, we can move people around.
And we're going to talk about that versatility and how important that is in a second. So 4-0 loss or 0-4 loss to Toma. Toma, the MVC champs, or at least finished the regular season in the top spot. So we'll see what happens there. And you have Aquinas coming up tomorrow night. We're going to talk about that Aquinas game at the end of our interview. But let's talk about this versatility. So I asked you a question early before we got on the air, and it was not. I thought it was going to be an easy question, and it was not an easy question. So let's just talk about it. What's your position on this team? What position do you play?
Like I said before, it's kind of complicated. So, you know, starting out my freshman year, I was off the bench as a striker and a winger. Then my sophomore year, I was off the bench again at every position on the field, first sub off. And then my junior year, I really fell into the starting center back role and played the whole season at that. And then this starting year, I was like, okay, center back again. We're good. But so I played that for the majority of the season. And then in that tough loss to Holman, our coach realized some stuff and that moved me up to CDM with our cheat for that game. And then after that, I started playing at the 8, which is center mid. And then that lasted about 3 games. And then in the game against Holman, we had a little injury at the center back spot. And then I filled in there at the end of that game. And then to the loss against Toma, we realized that some stuff wasn't working in the back line. So in the first half, I got subbed back there and ended up playing the whole game there. So it's kind of all over the place, but you know, I'm on the field and I'm happy.
I like the way you said it's complicated. It's just
Yeah.
complicated. But how about the versatility for Cooper Van Zee to be able to play really anywhere on the field, wherever Coach Lyons needs him? I'm sure that Coach Lyons really appreciates that. As a former coach, I know how important those players that can do a little bit of everything are. And Cooper is certainly that for the boys soccer team. Cooper, you've played soccer for a long time. What do you love about the sport of soccer? Why is it such a passion of yours?
Um, I don't like, I love playing sports in general and like, but soccer stands out to me. You know, there's no stops, there's no breaks, there's no really like set plays except for when you have a set piece, like a free kick or a corner. It's just flowing. It's like you just break the other team down. It's like a chess game, really. Like there's just so much pieces that have to move together and like combinations of passing and everything. It's just like the ultimate team sport, I think, and it unites like the whole world. So who doesn't love that?
Very, very true. And we find that out, especially when the World Cups come around, how passionate countries around the world are about the sport of soccer. And it's getting more popular here in the United States. Every year it seems like it's a little more popular, which is pretty cool. All right, you're a senior. So
Yep.
what are you going to be doing next year at this time?
Next year, I'm gonna be at a college that's undecided as of now. But yeah, definitely out of town.
Out of town. You're working to get out of lacrosse, huh?
Yes.
So well, that's cool. Um, but don't know where yet. Keeping your options. Are you hoping to play?
I would love to play soccer. I mean, like that's a dream of mine. I'd love to play. I'm pursuing it, but if the pieces don't fall together, I'd love to just further my academic career too.
Absolutely, and that's the most important thing. But soccer coaches, college soccer coaches, if you're looking for a versatile guy who can play anywhere on the field, I got your man right here. All right, I want to talk to you specifically. The reason I wanted to get you on this interview was because I truly enjoyed watching you play in that ASL exhibition. I couldn't take my eyes off you in that game because you were interacting with the ASL team so positively and with so much energy that I just thought, oh my God, I got to talk to this kid. So I saw you score a goal and I saw you run over to their bench and you told them to shush so that because they were kind of giving you the business. Yeah. And then unfortunately you end up the way the game goes, you end up in the goal box for the last 5 minutes. And lo and behold, you're the one that gives up 3 goals and allows that ASL team to continue their winning streak. How did you feel about that game?
I mean, I love that game. It's super fun. I mean, like, it's a team building event for our team, and then like it's just a community building event for the whole like central school. Like, I mean, I love it. But you know, got a little salty at the end of that game. Giving up all those goals. Didn't sleep as that well tonight. I couldn't had nightmares. But other than that, I recovered quickly and congrats to the ASL team on their win.
Absolutely. And I loved how you played the role of the villain. I thought you did that wonderfully. And I'm sure those ASL players are giving you the business at school every time they see you too, reminding you of your rough night that you had as a goalie. All
Yeah.
right. I just wanted to compliment you on that, Cooper. That was fantastic. Um, let's talk about what we got coming up. So a huge game tomorrow night at Field for Kids as you are hosting Aquinas. You guys beat them 4-2 a couple weeks ago, September 14th, almost a month ago now, if you can believe that. 4-2, though, that's a close game. Aquinas is going to be looking for their revenge, kind of like you were on Holman. What can we expect to see tomorrow night at Field for Kids?
you know, what we hope to do is do what we always do and go into that game and dominate and play Central Soccer, come out with the W. And we proved that we're better than this team, and I hope we can prove it again. We're hoping to secure the second place tomorrow in conference and sadly spoil their senior night that they chose to have against us.
Oh, really? They chose senior night on the night they're playing you.
Yep, I mean, we'll see what happens.
Things that make you go, Well, hopefully you can spoil their senior night. And fans, if you're looking for an event tomorrow, the volleyball team's up in Sparta, so that's a little bit of a travel. I would go over to Field for Kids. In fact, I think I'm going to go over to Field for Kids. I wish there was a press box there, Cooper, because we would cover that game in a heartbeat.
Don't we all?
So yeah. So if you ever win the lottery or whatever you go
Yeah.
and do for a living and you become rich, get a press box at the Field for Kids so we can cover the soccer events. Drives me nuts that we miss all this stuff. But I think I'm going to go as a fan tomorrow night. I encourage all of the Central RiverHawk fans to get out there tomorrow night and root on this RiverHawk soccer team having a great season and continuing on with the NVC tournament. They have playoffs coming up as well. We'll talk about the playoffs in a different interview. I just wanted to know about Aquinas from Cooper because that's what's on our mind right now, and that's what we're worried about. Cooper, I want to thank you for giving us your time tonight. Fans, can you believe he's taken time away from the Pack? Are you a Packer fan?
I am, yes.
He's taken time away from the Packer game to come and talk to me. How fortunate are we that he's spending time with us? Cooper, thank you for your time tonight.
Yeah, and all students, if you do choose to come to the game on Aquinas, the theme was just posted. It is Grout Fit, so pull up and be loud. Let's go.
Grout Fit. There you go. We got Grout Fit theme. Yeah, let's be loud. Really, I don't think there's any events going on at Central tomorrow night. I hope I'm not missing any sports, but I don't
And
think there is.
Aquinas brings a crowd, so
Okay,
let's silence them.
there you go.
Just like we did last time.
That's right. We got to bring the energy and match their energy, especially on their senior night, as we're looking to spoil that for them. All right, this week is a busy week on the Central YouTube channel as Joel and I are doing interviews. I see he just posted Coach Olson's interview, his Monday night interview about football. And then Thursday night, we have Central versus Logan volleyball. That'll be at the Sutton Gym. And Joel and I will be live play-by-play for that. Varsity reserve game starts at 5:30. Varsity game at 7 with play-by-play with Joel and I. And then Friday night, the ARC game. We have a big matchup, Logan and Central. Logan needs that win to get into the playoffs. Central needs that win to continue their winning ways and wants to keep the ARC residing on the south side where it's been for a while, and we want to keep it that way. So that'll be a big one. And we will be live on the air about 6:45 or so from UWL to bring you that game. Also, I have more interviews coming. Going to talk to a couple more soccer guys hopefully this week. Going to talk to some football guys. And then I have a big groundbreaking interview coming for the ARC week here coming up. Working on setting it up. I'm hoping it's going to happen. I think it is. I'm looking at maybe Wednesday night. Something, Cooper, you're going to want to see it. Something that's going to break the internet. I think too many people are going to view it. It'll probably block up our system, but it's going to be big, and I'm excited about it. So, fans, thank you for tuning into the Central YouTube channel, and we will have more interviews to come. Have a good night.